It's just 2 minutes past 10 o'clock and this is News Tonight. My name is Patricia Lukomampango, but first though, let's look at the top stories. In our headlines tonight, specialists advised against leftovers consumption. Beregwa speaks out on his hostage taking. Who was behind it? The cold murder of Monica Bukenya, who mislaid the Israel national. And lastly, Uganda Gazelles to face off Mali and Senegal in Rwanda. First, President Yoweri Museveni, who is also the Commander-in-Chief of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, has passed out the Amur platoon commanders and crew at Amur Warfare Training School in Karama, Mubende district. A total of 336 graduates completed a one-year Amur basic crew course and 15 officers completed a 6-month Amur platoon commander course. The President congratulated the graduates for successfully completing their course and assured them that their future was bright because they now serve as a prestigious force, UPDF. He guided the officers that they should maintain discipline if they want to go far with their service to the country.
These instruments and how to package them correctly. So therefore, I congratulate you, the two batches, for finishing this course, because some of the people who started with you did not finish, they fell out. But I congratulate you, especially the ones of the platoon commanders, all of them finished, but the crews, I think 21 dropped out, according to what the commander told me. So I congratulate those who have managed to complete the course. And I want to tell you that your future is bright, because you are now entering a very prestigious force, the UPDF, and if you know what to do, you'll go very far. You need discipline, okwefuga, to be able to control whatever bad tendencies that may want to come in you.
Now, former Speaker of Parliament Francis Butagira has penned to paper his autobiography entitled One Small Difference. In the book launched at Protea Hotel in Kampala, he reiterated, as states, man Butagira revealed how the wife played a pivotal role in encouraging him to write his autobiography.
Reminiscing about his days as a law student in the early 1980s, Chief Justice Dolo recalled encountering Francis Butagira's work, which was highly sought after university.
I met him one-sidedly because he didn't know me. I saw him, I knew him. I was an active member of the Uganda People's Congress. And let me use this also to answer what Professor Kagonyera said. I was the only UPC in my father's family, the rest were DP. But my father was such a liberal person that he accommodated and he said, you choose your way, I'll stand by you, but for me, I'll never stop being DP. Indeed, he died being a DP.
He admired Butagira's contributions even before meeting him in person, leading to a deep connection between the two. The Chief Justice applauded Butagira's dedication to public service, evident in the role he played in Parliament as Speaker.
And we were the new crop. Our generation was the generation that made the break from being a Catholic is DP, being a Protestant is UPC. It was our generation, the 1980 election. We made that one step. In his book, he speaks about the science group of politicians. He names himself alongside a handful of them, and then the syndicate one, he also names them. At Makerere University, we were also split into two.
Francis Butajira shared his journey as an ambassador and diplomat. He revealed that his wife played a pivotal role in encouraging him to write his autobiography titled One Small Difference.
She was always probing me, write a book. They say, was a 14 to leave no trail. All you have done, no trail. He said, you can't. So she was on my bumper all the time. Thank you very much, Lydia, for this. I'm greatly honored and I'm grateful to you. All this is actually her push.
The book chronicles his humble contributions to the nation and his experiences in international diplomacy. Professor Mondo Kagonyera described Francis as a patriot despite serving as a speaker in the Obote government.
Francis did an excellent job in recording the historical facts as they occurred. Not this, as they occurred. There are people who write and very often are very mean with the truth. Francis was not. That's why he makes he writes in a dramatic way about the wrongs that took place even during the period when he was serving in the Obote II regime.
Despite thanking the congregation, stressed the importance of recording life experiences to shape the future. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Now, members of the general public have been advised to always pay attention to what they consume, prepare, store and serve to avoid cases of food poisoning. This is in light with the Thursday infamous event that happened at Nakanyonyi Secondary School in Mokono District, where hundreds of students were admitted following the alleged food poisoning.
On Thursday, the country woke up to astonishing and terrifying news of alleged food poisoning at Nakanyonyi Secondary School in Mokono District. This news attracted stakeholders, including the Ministry of Education and Sports officials, led by Dr. Joyce Morikukaduchu.
To hurry up and come and stand with the student community in solidarity in this challenging moment, in prayers, and to see to it that the situation has come to normality. So Mama is with you in spirit. Equally, the president of this country is very much closely following what is happening. And he is with us in prayers.
Minister Kaduchu described the incident as unfortunate before revealing that government is to take full responsibility for the students throughout the acute period, requesting the general public to remain calm as the situation was under control.
Let's keep calm. And I'm committing to you on behalf of Mama Janet that we are going to take full responsibility of these children while at school. And I want to request you, there are many parents outside the gate, I've seen. Others will wish to come and pick their children. This is not the time to pick the children. At appropriate time, yes, the children will unite with you. But for now, at this acute phase, I want you to be calm and allow us to manage the children as they are here.
Dr. Kaduchu also seized the opportunity to enlighten the public on causes, management and prevention of future cases of food poisoning.
I want a very well-planned food preparation. The plan for the subsequent food preparation. We want to see the food that we are going to prepare. Probably even the water might have been the one contaminated. So I want to ask the head teacher and all the school management and staff to ensure to really observe strict hygiene and cleanliness in the preparation of the food.
Scientifically, food poisoning, or better referred to as foodborne illness, is an infection or irritation of the digestive tract that spreads through food or drinks. Most reports point at viruses, bacteria, and parasites as a leading cause of food poisoning, although harmful chemicals may also cause food poisoning.
What they call E. coli and Shigella, those are the names for the bacteria which can easily cause food poisoning. When you eat the food contaminated with E. coli or Shigella, you can get that diarrhea and so many types of bacteria.
It is on this vote that both Minister Kaduchu and Dr. Ruyonga advise the public to be mindful of how what they consume is prepared, stored, and served.
Medical background, as a medical doctor, as a pediatrician, this most likely has been food poison. Meaning that the food you ate in the evening was contaminated, which can occur even during party. It can occur in any function, meaning that in the process of preparing the food, there was contamination.
It's very important to keep food in a very safe place and also stop eating very cold food which are maybe spilled overnight.
Dorcas Kimono, UBC TV News.
Now, at the event held at the Directorate of Interpol, 65 police officers were proudly awarded their PIPs in recognition of their successful promotion to their new ranks. Let's hear more from Ivan Kahwa.
In a momentous occasion at the Directorate of Interpol in Kampala, Director Grace Akulo bestowed promotions upon 65 deserving officers, elevating them to the esteemed ranks ranging from corporal to commissioner of police. Director Akulo urged the newly promoted officers to uphold the highest standards of discipline and unwavering dedication in their roles.
They are not just going to pick you and put you on the list when you are what? A robber, when you are corrupt, when you come late, when you are indisciplined. In the forces, issues of discipline is paramount. Issues of integrity, issues of professionalism is paramount. So when you are corrupt, you are not going to be on that list.
She emphasized the paramount importance of their work in maintaining international security and collaborating with law enforcement agencies across borders to combat crime effectively. The elevation not only signify a well-deserved recognition of their efforts, but also bestow upon them enhanced responsibilities and authority within the force.
I have told these people, be grateful. 1, for a gift of life. 2, for the job which you are doing as a police officer. Don't compare that somebody who is in which place, in which these commissions, these authorities, we were at the university at the same time, and for them, this one is driving a Range Rover, this one, and for me, I don't have a car. No, not everybody is supposed to drive a Range Rover or drive a vehicle. Your calling is different.
With the continued support of their families and their commitment to service, the promoted officers are poised to make remarkable contributions to the mission of Interpol, particularly in key strategic cross-border locations.
You have to support these spouses, your wife, your husband, for them to perform. Otherwise, they won't perform. I will give you my number to your wives. Today you will pick my number. Also husband, my number. Asking me whether they are on duty or not.
Interpol's commitment to global law enforcement cooperation remains steadfast, and these promoted officers are exemplary symbols of excellency and professionalism in maintaining global security and upholding the principles of justice. Ivan Kahwa, Abdunasir Lubwama, UBC News.
Now, the Supreme Mufti Sheikh Mohammed Shaban Galabazi has urged sheikhs and imams to be good examples in their communities where they live because people look to them. He was speaking at the closing of the Dawah conference of sheikhs from different parts of the country.
These are the sheikhs in charge of Dawah and imams from various parts of the country. The training was focused on how responsible Dawah can be and how they can spread Islam. The Supreme Mufti expressed his disappointments over the negligence and misconduct of those in charge of Dawah in their communities, which he says has led to criticism of Islam.
Sekafu yakoze bwati oba seka gundi yakoze bwati umma ne kola ki nolecho fwe tulongooka ne umme jakola ki.
He urged them to implement what they have been taught in order to transform their communities.
Kyali badde kirungi gwe imam oba daa'i nga gwe kyakulabirako ku buli kintu kyonna ne bakayanaawo lubuto lwani olubuto ono lwa seka gundi. Imamu waffe mwogere mpola mpola olubuto lwa imamu waffe olwo kakali b'okulembera oba wadde kifaananyi ki.
Meanwhile, Ugandan ambassador to Sudan, Khartoum, Dr. Yahya Rashid Semudu, urged parents to be very careful of what their children learn from social media. He was at Hotel African at Masjid Musa during the Friday Juma prayers.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kuyatondera omwana Adamu gwe muze oguliwo kati ogw'abasajja okwagala abasajja bannaabwe n'abakazi nabo ne babeera nti nno baagala bakyala bannaabwe n'osanga nga birina ate ebibifaanana mu mize emibi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gye yagaanira ddala nga gyonna gyonoona obugumba bw'omwana Adamu mwe muli abasajja n'abakazi abaagala ebisolo ne baagalana n'ebisolo, mwe muli abasajja ababeera ne bakyala baabwe naye ng'ate babakozesa mu bifo ebikyamu nga babava mabega, mwe muli abasajja ababeera ne bakyala baabwe mu biseera eby'emyezi gyabwe oba eby'ensonga zaabwe ez'ekikyala. Ebyo byonna byonoona obubumbwa Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kwe yatondera omwana Adamu. Maliki yawmiddin iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in.
Crispus Arinatwe, Jamil Sekaja, UBC News.
Now, an official from Uganda National Bureau of Standards, John Kiwanuka, on Friday fainted before the COSASE committee as MPs queried him on accountability issues. The MPs discovered that Mr. Kiwanuka does work on behalf of UNBS, and yet payment goes to his account of a private company that he owns, and he's the same person that does the same work. Philip Aguta has more in this report.
Do you, apart from that official work you do for UNBS in regard to UNRWA, do you have any private company which you use to do the same work?
It turned hot for John Kiwanuka, an employee of Uganda National Bureau of Standards, as members of parliament cross-examined him of what they termed as running a company within a company. In a matter raised by Mukono North MP Abdallah Kiwanuka, it's alleged that whereas Kiwanuka works for UNBS in calibration of machines, he owns a private company that does the same job.
Do you, apart from that official work you do for UNBS in regard to UNRWA, do you have any private company which you use to do the same work?
First of all,
yes or no?
It's becoming difficult.
Mr. Chiwanuka.
At first, Chiwanuka denied owning a company, but the committee found his response not convincing. The committee was left with no option but to put Chiwanuka on oath.
I, Chiwanuka John, do solemnly swear that the evidence I shall give touching the...
Amidst mounting pressure on him from the MPs, Chiwanuka fainted before he was rushed to the hospital for medical attention.
If he's unwell, let's take him to hospital. Because, I don't want someone to die and then say, this person, the family says he died because Kosase asked hard questions. There's nothing personal here. We simply ask questions of accountability.
That depends on them. Mr. Chairman, he will be well. I think we can proceed.
No, I want to proceed when either he's okay or he's been taken to hospital, because how do I proceed if there's a situation I'm not understanding?
However, according to the legislators, his fainting will not stop the work of the committee to summon him again. Officials from Uganda National Bureau of Standards had the whole of this week appearing before the Kosase committee to answer corruption allegations. Philip Aguta for UBC News at Parliament.
Now, the Lions Club of Kampala Central is hosting a health camp at Lifeline International Hospital, Zana, Entebbe Road. The President Lions Club, Kampala Central, Julius Tumuhimbise, says that the exercise is meant to impact lives of the community who might be able to access health care.
If you feel that you have a condition and you want to be screened, you can come on Saturday. We shall start from 9 to 5.
Members of the Lions Club of Kampala Central, friends and health professionals of LifeLink Hospital are holding a health camp this weekend on Saturday.
We are focusing in the areas of Zana, Makindye, Kaboa, Chitebi, Nyanama, and all the neighboring areas. And
the President Lions Club of Kampala Central, Julius Tumuhimbise, says the health club will offer a range of services to the public, including a blood donation drive, eye screening and diabetes awareness, among others.
We shall have a medical camp at Zana, Lifeline International Hospital, and where we shall be handling eye screening, diabetes screening. We shall do dental and any general health issues that we may pick from the people who will come.
The health camp is to be held at a Lifeline hospital and will include educative sessions on disease prevention and management by a team of dedicated medical professionals and members of the Lions Club of Kampala Central as they serve the community.
The Lions across the different clubs in Kampala, Entebbe, Wakiso, Mukono, please also come and we combine hands so that we serve the less privileged than ourselves.
The health camp is expected to be a display of crucial health services and an embodiment of unity and compassion that will leave an indelible mark on the over 500 to 1,000 expected beneficiaries.
So I call upon the public to come and participate, and we'll be able to do these screenings. You never know, if we identify that you have an underlying condition, then we should be able to come out and support you, but also give you free advice on how you can manage the situation and you live better onward.
Now, Kampala is set to host the second leg of the East African Directors Convention on the 27th of this month. The convention is meant to give a platform to corporate investment leaders to network and build better governance models to fit in the volatile and uncertain business environment.
A survey carried out after the 2022 League of East African Directors Convention found out that the issues to do with tight regulations and policies on organizations have slowed down progress of proper governance in Uganda's corporate sector.
Impact of regulation on policy, and I'm sure all the people here will admit that regulation can have a very, very expensive impact, but also sometimes negative on investment and other things. And another thing that that came out was the fact that sometimes policy and legislation comes out without the consultation of the private sector or the board directors that are going to be affected or the key sectors that are going to be affected.
There is therefore a call for the empowerment of the critical mass to work hand in hand with their board of governors so as to boost corporate governance and keep pace with the ever-changing corporate space.
And what we also encourage our customers is to ensure that they develop themselves and have governance boards that support them in managing. The role of a board is to lead the organization. Okay, it's the topmost governing body. So when we have conversations coming through from us, from the central bank, into our commercial banks, into our customers, and all these entities that are represented here are all very well governed entities, and that's why we're working with them. We believe that as we develop the critical mass, we shall have better governance coming in, and we urge the general public, we urge everyone here to believe in what we are doing to ensure that we have a better entity. And
last year we had over 120 directors in the room, and we had serious conversations on issues of governance. The feedback was very good. We had a survey after that has informed the programming for this convention. We also need to put governance at the forefront of issues of sustainability for organizations.
Key elements of corporate governance are transparent disclosure, board commitment, structured board practices, and internal control environment. Marian Awori and Dennis Sigoa for UBC.
The Parish Development Model Project facilitators in Parish District have been squeezed for allegedly deducting funds from the beneficiaries' bank accounts without their consent during the heated local community accountability meeting held by the Office of the Prime Minister in Wadelai Sub-County. The suspected culprits were ordered to refund or be imprisoned.
Reports from Pakwach district indicate that Posta Bank Uganda and the Parish Development Model implementers are deducting PDM funds from bank accounts without the beneficiary's consent.
It came to our notice that some banks were deducting monies, others 50,000. Here I have had 30,000. The banks must not deduct money. Wow.
The sudden deduction of funds has left leaders worried about the future of the project following the massive exodus of the masses from the project in the district.
You have 48 parishes. Only 600 has received. That means in each parish, how many people have got? Like 12. And some have not got. So what are you waiting for?
Following this disturbing revelation, the Minister of State for Northern Uganda, Grace Freedom Kuiching, ordered for the suspected culprits to refund the monies or be imprisoned.
Anybody who has picked money from anybody must refund everything. If they don't refund, they must be arrested.
After the heated cross-examination, Posta Bank Uganda distanced itself from the scandal, leaving the commercial officer in the heated mess.
We don't charge beneficiaries. That one is wrong. Clear that. Your man, that account is yours. Nobody is going to withdraw any money from that account.
This was at the local community accountability meeting, dubbed Baraza, held by the Office of the Prime Minister in Wadelai Sub-County, Pakwach District. Joseph Okow, UBC.
The Ahmadiyya Muslim community in Uganda has flagged off its members to the United Kingdom for the 57th Jalsa Salana Convention. The convention is an annual event that brings together more than 40,000 people, including the non-Muslims, for inspirational messages.
The annual convention of the Ahmadiyya, the Jalsa Salana, started in 1891 with about 75 attendees in Kadian, India, but has now grown to thousands, including non-Muslims.
Many leaders of the Jamaat and also non-members of the Jamaat are invited to attend such a function and interact with the members. This gives the world an opportunity to discuss religious matters in peace and harmony without political interferences or without labeling attacks against any other certain group. This is the method of Jamaat Ahmadiyya because Jamaat Ahmadiyya is a non-violent organization. We believe in promoting Islam in a peaceful way and interacting with others peacefully without any attack or any statement against anybody.
The Ahmadiyya community in Uganda has flagged off its members for this 3-day 57th Jalsa Salana Convention. It starts next Friday in London with a Friday sermon by the 5th Caliph, His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masrur Ahmad. Several topics, including scientific proof of the existence of Allah, challenges faced by children in schools and their solutions, and the excellent example of the Holy Prophet as the guarantor of world peace, will be discussed.
Basically, the convention is all about fostering brotherhood, and not only fostering brotherhood, but at the same time for our spiritual development, because a number of topics are discussed at length. Among them, perhaps usually on Saturday, that's a very famous speech which he delivers in the ladies' side. Not only that, also perhaps talking about leadership, the global challenges of the world, the economic, social, and religious. So basically, it is a convention which covers all the scope of topics.
The head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community worldwide delivers a speech just for the ladies, and this is done from the ladies' marquee, from the ladies' Jalsaga. He addresses them, he teaches them the way they should bring up their children, the way they should treat their husbands, the way they can organize themselves to contribute towards peace in various countries and in this world.
This convention never ranks in the same league as other ordinary human assemblies because it's a phenomenon that is based purely on divine help for propagation of Islam. It's important to know that there is none of worship except Allah and Muhammad, his messenger. John Barnes, Sentamo, UBC News.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Buy the MTN WakaNet router, which connects up to 32 devices and get a free 40 GB data bundle at only 149,000 shillings. Or buy the MTN WakaNet MiFi at only 75,000 shillings and enjoy a free 15 GB bundle to stream, study, work, and play on the go. Visit any MTN service center to buy the MTN WakaNet router or MiFi and enjoy the internet that does amazing things.
Road
traffic crashes is one of the leading causes of death among young people aged 5 and 29 years. In 2022, Uganda registered 21,473 crashes, out of which 4,534 people died and 15,227 seriously injured. 22 people die every 100 crashes, and on average, we lose 12 people daily. Legacy Road Safety Initiative, in partnership with KCCA, Ministry of Works and Transport, Ministry of Health, Uganda Police Force, Red Cross, Rosaku, Boda Boda Industry Uganda, have organized the second Road Safety Marathon for the crash victims to help create awareness, build cohesion among stakeholders, train first responders at black spots, and support a health facility. The marathon will take place on the 23rd of July 2023, starting at 7 a.m. from Nakasero Primary School grounds. Book your kits at 25,000 from Legacy Road Safety Initiative offices located at Old Kampala, Chicken House, 2nd floor, room 18, or 8th Street, Safeway, Rightway offices, Total Energies, Ovino Mall, Boda Boda Industry Uganda, or visit www.lrs-initiative.org to register. Call 0752 605 479 or 0776 598 817 or 0414 698 675. Proudly powered by Daxi Driving School and Wava Water. Run to save a limb.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or gift.
Get freaky too. Dial *100*0# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *100*0#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *100*0# to get started.
Airtel. A reason to imagine.
Uganda's oil and gas projects are providing opportunities for international certification and employment in various disciplines. 12,000 Ugandans have received global oil industry training and international certification in welding, heavy goods vehicle driving, and scaffolding, among others. 6 public and private institutions have received international accreditation and certification from industry bodies such as City and Guilds, ECITB, OPITO, AWS, and NEBOSH. 250 government officers from various ministries and agencies have trained in oil and gas-related disciplines such as petroleum engineering, geosciences, law, and economics. 71,300 Ugandans are currently employed in the sector. The National Oil and Gas Talent Register provides visibility to Ugandans with skills and competencies for possible employment in the oil and gas sector. Registration is free. The Petroleum Authority of Uganda, creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the Parish development model, PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, it is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Uganda ne Uganda waranchi bakusako manrane chikona tena tekobo seko season yakuna savu July kuma mal papa's hall usasule ku MTN mobile money usasule ku mchitundu MTN usasule nega komitano nika sistemu kagatano stamu enda munana hasha ku MTN ofune tiketi yokati wabula ku mulyango usasule mitwale 2 yepe mitwale 5 atemeza ya milioni 2 munana July kodi hotel mkono mwenda July nikan resort elweza 15 July France Africa Jinja abiri mbili July Maria Flema Saka abiri mwenda July Afro Club Kasangati ate yo no kuyingira mutwalo Mujinidwamo Sente, Talent Africa, Victoria University, Suzu Property Consultants, Pepsi Max, Uganda Warranty,
MTN.
Welcome to business. Now, Tower of Africa, Uganda announces a successful rebranding and strong commitment to sustainable telecoms infrastructure. The company, 90% owned by Africa Tower, a subsidiary of Axian Telecom, celebrated its accomplishment at the prestigious event attended by notable dignitaries and business leaders.
Tower of Africa Uganda, formerly known as Wumbutu Towers Uganda, unveiled its new identity at a celebratory event attended by the State Minister of ICT, Honorable Joyce Sebugwao, and prominent business figures. The rebranding signifies the company's dedication to redefine connectivity in Uganda and elevate the nation's role in the digital age.
As a government, we are happy with the initiative by Ubuntu to start a tower industry in Uganda. I would like to appreciate His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for breaking the monopoly among the infrastructure businesses in the country. When we approved Ubuntu to start construction of towers in the country.
The company's focus on sustainable and responsible development was evident as it showcased its significant progress in erecting towers equipped with hybrid energy solutions. Out of approximately 360 sites already established, nearly all boast these eco-friendly setups. The company aims to expand this number further in the coming years, emphasizing its commitment to environmentally conscious practices.
International funds, you're actually obliged to respect environment and then to respect social, and so we have actually we have been even certified recently in some of our countries. ECOP, I think, the certification. So it's a very specific certification where we actually tick all the different level of environment and social responsibilities.
Tower of Africa Uganda will continue to operate under the guidance of its experienced management team led by co-founders with over 25 years of combined expertise in various fields including engineering, business, operations, management and law. This seasoned leadership ensures the company's ability to navigate the ever-changing telecoms landscape with confidence.
That will be realized once we have very high penetration of handsets that can support 5G. The biggest challenge we have now as a country is that out of all the subscribers in the entire country, only 40% have access to smartphones. And out of the 40%, only 4% actually have devices that can access 5G. So the most important thing is to make sure that we have devices that can access the services. Then that will enrich the experience of the different users within their domains of what they do.
With a visionary leadership team at the helm, Tower of Africa Uganda is poised to shape the future of sustainable passive telecoms infrastructure in Uganda. Their efforts are expected to contribute significantly to the nation's digital transformation, cementing Uganda's position as a trailblazer in the region. Sandra Kahunde, Kenneth Tanaba, News Tonight.
And in the health budget, Uganda's health sector activists jointly working with the Parliament's Health Committee have appealed to government to hasten the passing of the National Health Insurance Bill in order to accelerate Uganda's quest for universal health coverage.
2023-2024 health budget has prioritized upgrading of health centers and hospitals. In light of this, health sector financing activists have advocated for the government of Uganda to redirect its primary focus on building a robust health system with adequate human resource, fully fledged equipment, and passing of a national health insurance scheme.
It is very, very important now for us to focus between the balance of having more health facilities constructed and equipping those that are already in existence. The best thing now to do for us is to make sure that we get these existing health facilities run well, let them be functioning fully. Give the doctors where they are supposed to be, all the midwives, all the necessary staffing, the issue of the medical interns, attend to them so that all this is sorted. In terms of recruitment of the required staff, we have the necessary staffing levels in each of the facilities. 2, we have all the required technology, all the required equipment. We have issues of transport sorted. For instance, do they have the cars? Do they have the vehicles, the motorcycles? They have the medical support supervision that comes from the center. And secondly, the issue of legislation is another matter that concerns us, and we must be, as a team, able to unpack the existing legislation. For instance, we need to pass the National Health Insurance Bill into an Act of Parliament.
PATH, a non-governmental organization, together with other health activists, are advocating for increased primary health care investment.
Today's meeting was really an opportunity for stakeholders, including members of parliament, civil society, advocates, to come together and look at the budget for the current financial year, which we are just starting to implement. What do we have as the health sector? Because as advocates, we've been pushing for allocations to specific items within the, the health sub program. For example, financing for maternal, newborn and child health, looking at also financing for primary health care and immunization. We are also, when a new financial year starts, it's again an opportunity to start thinking about what the next financial year, will look like. And so it was an opportunity this morning to really think through what the priorities are for the next financial year, that is 2024-2025. It's important that as a country we work towards having a healthcare insurance scheme.
Uganda government's focus in the long term is to have a national budget with 15% of it going to the health sector as a way of building a more sustainable healthcare system. Crispus Arinitwe, Adia Nakuti, UBC News.
Now, a comprehensive research study has conducted the assessment and the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the education sector in Uganda by Fawe, Uganda. The study specifically analyzed the access and retention rates of learners with a strong emphasis on understanding the obstacles faced by girls in primary and secondary schools.
The research findings reveal that the pandemic had a profound impact on the education system. School closures and disruptions in learning negatively affected students' progress, and girls were particularly vulnerable to educational setbacks due to various socio-economic and cultural factors.
Information on sexual reproductive health and right. We need to be open and speak to them about matters of sex, the dangers of sex. Yes, there are those who might have gotten out, who may wish to come back to school. What do we do in that category? We don't need to generalize the masses in one bold statement. We handle these teenagers group by group. There are those that need age-appropriate information. There are those that need different intervention depending on their age, depending on what they want to do and where they are.
The study highlighted several barriers that hindered girls' access to education and their ability to stay in school. These challenges included economic hardships, lack of access to technology of remote learning, traditional gender norms, early marriages and household responsibilities.
So I want us to be very sensitive and careful when we are generalizing about issues of contraceptive for teenage school-going girls. It's a very sensitive matter. This is a country that is God-fearing country, upholding the morals and integrity. A country that will not wish to just embrace contraceptive for a 13-year-old daughter.
And the findings are that, yes, children went to school to a fairly good percentage of 70% went back to school, and they also reported among these that they know of girls who have not come back because of unwanted pregnancies, and also having been forced into marriage, and others losing interest in school after staying for nearly 2 years. And many of these children listed these as their challenges. The other big challenge which we found was that many of them, this is an obvious challenge, that many of these listed financial hardship.
In response to the research findings, various stakeholders, including government entities, NGOs, and community organizations, are taking proactive measures to address the educational disparities. Initiatives such as providing financial support, offering mentorship programs, and promoting community engagement are being implemented to support girls' education and retention. Sandra Kahunde, Robert Katamba, News Tonight.
Government and private stakeholders have been challenged to ensure investment is directed towards the development of the appropriate local technologies to drive industrialization and economic transformation. This was echoed by the Executive Director of Uganda Industrial Research Institute, Professor Charles Kwesiga.
Business and Investment Summit, an annual event, has attracted a number of stakeholders in the business arena to share best experiences and find solutions to challenges facing the private sector. The Executive Director of Uganda Industrial Research Institute, Professor Charles Kwesiga, points out that there is need to invest in developing local technologies to drive industrialization.
We are very dependent on foreign technology. To the extent that everything we do depends on our capacity to absorb or procure foreign technology. And that's a big challenge because that foreign technology is not affordable. And in some cases, wasn't even designed for this environment. So we need to make every effort possible to localize, indigenize technologies that we use. Be self-sufficient in technology applications.
Kampala Business and Investment Summit also challenged young people to get involved in production of goods.
So our advice to young businesses is that start something where you produce something. Our biggest challenge is that a lot of young people, all they want to do is trade or something where they're selling something. But let's produce something because it's easier for us to finance you if you're selling something. And also it grows the country more. I mean, we can't all be sellers. We want producers.
The private sector described the summit as an opportunity to network and share ideas.
I've been given a chance to pitch my business to the world. Nature's Love is now exposed because we create sustainable tools. Today conversation being unlocking sustainable financing. We are into paper bag making and also
This summit has helped me to interact with different investors from different countries like Pakistan, India and Kenya. And I believe it is a great platform for me and my company because it will help me in scaling my company to different countries.
Challenges, we really need training programs like investment readiness program for especially new companies that into coffee value chain like mine, so that we can learn on the different processes and also how best we can put in our documents in order so that the different financial institutions or investors can be able to invest in our businesses.
State Minister for East African Community Affairs, James Magode Ikuya, advised the private sector to take advantage of regional and international markets.
For the moment, I can only say that our job as East African community is to provide a framework. We don't do business. We just teach. We don't, in other words, we don't teach the cat how to look for a rat. Rather, we help the cat create necessary environment for it to be successful at getting the rat. I don't know whether you are getting my analogy well.
Kampala Business and Investment Summit was on the theme Unlocking Financing and Investment for a Sustainable, Inclusive and Smart Urban Ecosystem. I'm Nafka Farida and Diana Kuti.
Now, as we wind up the business segment, Uganda's economy has witnessed several transformations that have borne dividends the country now celebrates. One such transformation occurred soon after liberalization of the economy that introduced many private entities, including schools. Now, though the start of the process met many hindrances, with private owners of education institutions dominating everything, much has changed after the accommodation of parents as key stakeholders. Results have been witnessed at Horizon Kindergarten, the primary school where the director, Bernard Okello, is appealing to more parents to get involved. This was during the school's election of its inauguration.
Has an important role to play in the management of the school. First of all, it guides the directors. Sometimes you find a school can be mismanaged, and some directors may have their own interests, but not for the community.
I have your hope that if you work together, if we the school, and we work together with the parents, we have much more interest that we shall manage the school, because it is the program of the government that schools should have PTA and SMC meetings. And I have greater hope that when the school has got the PTA representatives, the school can run well in relationship with the government policy.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or gift.
Get freaky too. Dial *100*0# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *100*0#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *100*0# to get started.
Airtel. A reason to imagine.
Well, it's time for sports. The Uganda University Sports Association has flagged off 30 university teams, Uganda athletes who will take part in the 31st edition of the World University Games that will start later this month in China.
When it comes to the World University Games, all universities in the country team up as one, Team Uganda. The 31st edition will take place in Chengdu, China from the 28th of July to the 8th of August 2023. The athletes who were flagged off on Friday afternoon are expected to perform to their very best.
Presenting Isbat University, very excited to attend the Chengdu, China University All World Games, and I'm expecting to do the best that I can and to have fun, new experiences with the culture around, and I'm hoping for the best.
I'm always playing international tournaments, so I'm always on the verge of improvement, no matter what happens.
My expectations for China are to cut PBs, obviously, to gain new experiences in a larger stage that can help me motivate me for the colors ahead.
Team Uganda are taking 30 athletes to the Games who will represent the country in 4 disciplines that include athletics, swimming, badminton and tennis. Marshall Miro, UBC News.
And of course, still in the world of sports, the Uganda Netball national The Uganda netball team, She Cranes, has been flagged off for South Africa this afternoon by the Minister of State for Sports, Peter Ogwang. The team will be representing Uganda at the 2023 Netball World Cup from the 28th of July to the 6th of August 2023.
So let me take the opportunity on behalf of the government of Uganda to officially flag off the team, the She Cranes, for the World Cup South Africa 2023.
A squad of 14 athletes was this afternoon flagged off by the Minister of State for Sport, Peter Ogwang, to Cape Town, South Africa, where they will take part in the 2023 Netball World Cup.
Not an underdog as a She Crane, because you've been there and you'll continue to be there. What do we need to do? Coach Mugerwa has also done his part. The technical team has done their part. Now the pressure, it's on you. I hope my words are very clear there. Madam Captain, now the pressure is on you. For the record, the government of the Republic of Uganda has facilitated each of these players to be paid 10 million. 10 million and what?
10 million.
10 million shillings. Each of you is going to get 10 million shillings.
The team has been in camp for about 2 months and the girls are in high spirits and confident for victory.
We are prepared, we have got enough training, and I think we are able and good to go to compete with the other countries. The experience I got from World Netball Cup 2019, I'm going to use it in this coming World Cup, and also to advise my teammates, also to put the advices that are being given by the coaches.
The team will travel to South Africa aboard Uganda Airlines on the 22nd of July 2023. They will start their campaign with friendlies against Barbados and a few other countries before kicking off the competition on the 28th of July 2023 against Singapore. Grace Joyce Kemigisa, UBC News.
And with that story, we end our news. Thank you so much for being a part of us. My name is Patricia Lokomampango. UBC TV programming continues, but for now, I say good night.
UBC Inspire.